guys, upgraded from Achari that's International School. Now I'm going to tell the summary of all the 9 lessons in my volume 1 English textbook. First lesson, Farai story. This story is about a man from Zimbabwe. Farai is a man from Zimbabwe, which is a country in southern Africa. He works as a supervisor in the Maranga diamond fields. The diamonds that have been taken from the fields in Zimbabwe are sold to other countries to buy weapons. Hence, they are called as the blood diamonds. Farai noticed there, while working as a supervisor in the Maranga diamond fields, the people who worked there wasn't treated properly. They were not given enough money that they deserved. They weren't given enough rest time, and they were getting kicked and beaten by their employers. Farai didn't like it, so he decided to write a letter to the Zimbabwean government. But once after getting this letter from the Farai, the Zimbabwean government thought he was exploiting his rules and going against the national rules. So they imprisoned him. Farai was imprisoned and he was treated very badly that he got a chest infection. Later, people from all over the world got angry and wrote letters to the United Nations, UNICEF and the Zimbabwean government. The Zimbabwean government did not like getting complaints and emails from people all over the world about their rules. So the Zimbabwean government released Farai. Farai was so happy to be released. Later, after his release, 1 year later, he got an award called Human Rights Defender, which is a high prestigious award given by the United Nations. Then he once again started working as a supervisor in the Maranga diamond fields. Farai tells that his goal is to give the life that the people working in Maranga fields deserve. Second lesson, environmental impacts of bikes and e-bikes. Nowadays, people use both bikes and e-bikes as same. But there are some advantages as well as disadvantages. Do you know there are 3 different reports from the Guardian newspaper, Trek and European Cycling Federation. Trek, almost everything same. A typical car releases about 220 grams of carbon dioxide per kilometer. An electric car releases around 160 grams of carbon dioxide per every kilometer, and as well as a normal bike releases around 21 to 35 grams of carbon dioxide, and an electric bike releases around 21 grams of carbon dioxide. All these have different impacts on the society. If we want to travel for more distance, we cannot choose a normal electric car. We should choose a normal car as the availability of the recharge stations are very few. So choosing a technical car is considerable. As well as for fewer distance, you can use e-bikes. Or go by walking. E-bikes give us better physical health, better mental health, a healthy lifestyle and less noise pollution. So this is both bikes and e-bikes cost to the environment. Third lesson, which is a poem. It is called The Solitary Reaper. So it is written by William Wordsworth, a British author and a poet. This poem is about a lady who's singing a sad song in the field by all herself. William Wordsworth stops there and listens to her song. He says that she has a melodical voice that is a very beautiful voice. He compares her voice with a cuckoo bird or a nightingale bird. So he says that she sings about a very saddened song that may be some from the past or an ongoing saddened action. This is what Wordsworth says in his poem. Fourth lesson, all about travel. So do you know what is more than loving travel? Without sitting at home, exploring new places, new cuisines, new styles and new differences. Traveling helps us to build new experiences and a new viewpoint on Earth. By sitting at home, we cannot see the truth. But while going to the exact place, to the exact same location, we can see the truth and we can build more relationship with the people. We can connect cultures, learn about their cultures and do many more. So this is all about travel. So the next is fifth lesson, which is the environmental impacts of climate change and global warming. Do you know a climate change that is often made in the news are just a prediction by complicated computer models, but there is something behind it way more broader and far. The physics behind greenhouse gases is vast and we just know some of it. Global warming. This term is used nowadays very commonly as there are many factors leading to global warming. One of it is deforestation. Cutting down trees can increase the Earth's temperature. Also, the greenhouse gases, where the gases that are supposed to be sent out are trapped in the atmosphere and causing pollution and heat. So this is what global warming leads to. And the effects of global warming are, it leads in the rising of sea levels as the ice and glaciers melt into sea level. At the snow places, the sea level increases, and also the temperature has increased 2.2 degrees Celsius from 1880 to the present age, and there has been a vast and immense change in the temperature. Next is sixth lesson, which is a poem called Books. This is written by Eleanor Ferzion, a wonderful poet. So she tells once we read a book, our room melts in a way. We become one of the characters and become a close friend of the characters in that book. We enjoy ourselves. We forget all our stress, all our depression, and all sort of sad things. We enjoy and we become one of the characters. It gives us a peace of mind. So this is what Eleanor Ferzion has told in her poem. So next is the seventh lesson called the Sun Temple. Do you know what is Sun Temple and where it is? The Sun Temple is an ancient and archaeological temple which is in Konark, which is in the state of Punjab. The Sun Temple has In the entrance, there are two aggressively seeming lion statues, and below that there is two elephants and two humans make like crushing it. Do you know this sun temple was constructed by an ancient and wonderful architect called Bishu Maharana, who has used ferromagnetism and Egyptian amalgamation in this temple. So after the entrance, there is a flight of stairs that leads to the Natya Mandir. In the Natya Mandir, you can see, it's also called as the dancing hall, you can see the daily routine of the dancers in that ancient time carved into it. Then is the three-tier Jagamohana prayer hall, which is a prayer hall where people are assembled to pray. And then the Lord Vishnu's 10 incarnations, that is the Dasavadara, also been painted there. And the Nagas, the snakes are also been there. And seven and the wonderful 230 feet high mammoth statue is also there, that people, it is almost collapsed and only we can see the few part of the ruins. Then there is the sun gods, which is built like in ferromagnetism, where it is floating in the mid-air. The three gods are dawn, dusk and noon, which represents each day, each time of the day. Then it is the Vimana. In Vimana, we have seven horses which are carved to immediately release in the air. So, and a wonderful clock is there, filled with 24 spikes and bees around it, which represents whenever the sun is at what position, it represents the time. It is more often used like a Sunday. So, these are one of the significant features of the Sun Temple. Next, the 8th lesson, the three questions. The three questions. Do you know there was a king who wasn't clarified on his doubts, which are the when to do, whom to trust, and what is the most important thing. He had these three questions and didn't get clarified. So he announced to his kingdom that whomever gives me a clarified and wonderful answer would be rewarded. People from all over his kingdom came to his palace and told him different ideas. Some said when to do is when you should arrange a previous timetable, and according to do we should plan. Some said you should only hope. It is really impossible to predict the future. And some said to consult magicians, but the king wasn't clarified. And second question was whom to believe. Many said the doctors, counselors, warriors, and the people around him. And the third question was what is the most important thing to do. Many said that to help people and to do good things. But the king wasn't satisfied and cared at all. So he decided to visit a hermit in the woods. Hermit is a man who is very wise and known for his knowledge. He is a very simple dressed man. So the king went with two of his bodyguards and one horse, and he was dressed very casually. Before reaching his home, he mounted all his king gears and left his horse and the man there. Then he walked to the hermit's house. There he saw the hermit digging ground to plant some flower beds. Then the king came and the hermit greeted the king and asked him why he came. The king asked the questions to him. What are the three questions? When to do, when to do, what is the most important thing, and whom to trust. But the hermit didn't give an answer. Instead, he started digging again. The hermit was breathing shakily and was so tired as he was an old man. The king noticed this, that only because of his tiredness he couldn't answer. So the king asked the hermit to take rest and he started digging. The king again asked 1 hour later. Still the hermit didn't give an answer. Then the hermit came to dig, but the king asked him to rest once again. After digging 2 wells, the king was so tired that he went to rest. Then he saw a man. Then both of them saw a man coming from the woods, bleeding with his stomach and shouting, "Help me, help me." But with the help of the hermit, the king healed him by washing his wound, tying bandage, and many more. Then he was still unconscious, so they laid him on a bed. After all this walking, helping him, and digging, the king was so tired that he crouched on his entrance walk, the hermit's entrance house. Then, after waking up in the morning, the king didn't get clarified anything. That he was so confused. Then, after the man woke, he asked the king to forgive him. The king was so confused and asked, "Why should I forgive him?" Then the hermit said, "I came to kill you, but your bodyguards wounded me, and I came here to ask help from the hermit." That is when the king noticed that he was a man. He was his enemy. So again the man told that, "I came to kill you because you encountered my brother and seized his property." He asked, "Forgive me and just let me to live. I will be your forever slave and I'll ask my sons to do it." The king was so happy and glad that he made peace with his enemies so easily. Then once again, the king said to the bearded man that no need to be a slave. I'll just help. I'll treat you. I'll send my servants and physicians to guarantee all the help you need. Then the man and the king became friends. Then before leaving, the king once again asked the hermit that will you answer the questions or not. The hermit said, "You have already answered your questions." The king was so confused. Then the king, when did you tell me the answers? The hermit said that when you came to me, you saw me digging the ground very tiredly. When to do was now. You helped me at the right place and made me rest. That was when to do. And the most important people was for you was me, as you came to me and asked for an answer, and you did it by yourself. At that time, the important person was me to you. Then the most important thing to do was to help me. And I think you gave a second example. When the man came running from the woods bleeding, you helped him at the right place, or else he would have died. That is not when to do. And what is the most important thing to do was to help him, or else he would have died. And the most important person at that place was you. Without you, the man would have died and we were injured. So this is what the story is about, the three presidents. Then lastly, a poem. The Road Not Taken. So this is written by Robert Frost, a man whose poem is dedicated to nature and animals. Robert Frost was once going in a road. At that time, he saw two roads, one filled with thorns and thorns, and one filled with greenery and grass. He was so confused to take which road. So he laid down and see which road leads to where. Then he was so confused that he would reach his destiny back or not. But still, he took the second road because he had his opinion. So this poem tells us that we are the ones who are